deeply worried. But I've always felt that we're, over-exploiting and damaging nature by not understanding how much we depend on everything that nature provides.
On the occasion of his birthday, King Charles passes out due to the unexpected appearance of Prince Harry. Naturally, if your son lives on the opposite side of the world from you, it may come as a complete shock to you when he finally comes face to face with you again. A fainting spell that raised concerns about King Charles III's health occurred on November 14th, the day that he was celebrating his 76th birthday. This was a challenging moment for the king, who was celebrating his birthday. While the king was standing at the threshold of passing the torch to his heir and descendants, he had been confronted with a difficult condition that captured the attention and affection of royal fans, as well as a great number of other people from diverse backgrounds from around the world. Keep up with the news and find out about the events that took place on the day that the king appeared to be the most famous, which have left His Majesty feeling overwhelmed. During the celebration, the situation was not straightforward, which was unfortunate for King Charles III and all of his supporters. In order to demonstrate the humility of the English royal family and to demonstrate that the king was not about celebrations and festivities, everything was carried out in an atmosphere of complete modesty. Despite the fact that Charles led a life of luxury and comfort, he decided to have a procedure done in January 2024 in order to treat an enlarged prostate. Having this condition was something that was unavoidable. After the discovery of the prostate, which led to the immediate surgery, another condition was brought to light regarding the health of King Charles III the following month. It was revealed that during the procedure of surgical intervention focused on the abnormally enlarged prostate, a separate issue had been discovered. This was a significant development in terms of King Charles III's health. Following an exhaustive investigation and careful observation by the concerned medical professionals, it was ultimately determined that this condition was that of a cancerous growth. Officials from the palace did not reveal the nature of the problem that was discovered during the investigation. This was done to protect the privacy of the royal family, as well as to address other concerns related to medical ethics. However, they did provide guarantees that the problem was not prostate cancer. In order to receive treatment, King Charles was, without a shadow of a doubt, required to take a break from his administrative responsibilities, which required him to come and make an appearance in front of the general public. When it was later discovered that Catherine, Princess of Wales, was also undergoing treatment for cancer, the royal family was confronted with additional challenges. His fight against cancer continued, and despite the challenges he faced, he had the impression that he was making progress. It was uncalled for that this next one occurred on the same night that the king was feeling overwhelmed by the events that were taking place around the palace. In the days leading up to his 76th birthday, King Charles III disclosed that he had recently been moved to tears while watching the most recent documentary that Queen Camilla had produced. The king expressed his profound emotional response to Her Majesty the Queen's Behind Closed Doors television program, which had its debut on ITV1 on November 11th. The king made his remarks during a reception held at Buckingham Palace on November 13th. Throughout the course of the documentary, Queen Camilla's ongoing efforts to combat domestic violence, a cause that is central to her royal work, are brought to light. While attending the reception that was held to celebrate the film and television charity, King Charles had a conversation with actor Damian Lewis, who had also watched the film that lasted for 90 minutes. The king, after expressing the extent to which he was moved by the event, boldly remarked that there is a significant good reason to believe that BAFTA, which stands for the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, might be interested in such content, and that it would serve as a genuine resource for broadcasting. This is according to The Telegraph. The king shared his portion of the experiences that had made his birthday one of the most memorable days of his life, among the many other days that he had celebrated in the past during his abundant and luxurious life. In January of 2020, the Duke and Duchess of Prince Harry and Meghan made the announcement that they would be resigning from their positions as senior members of the royal family and would instead divide their time between the United Kingdom and North America. According to a statement that was issued by the palace, it was confirmed that the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge would cease to represent the Queen and become financially independent respectively. 95% of the couple's income came from the $2.3 million that was given to them annually by Harry's father, King Charles, as part of his income from the Duchy of Cornwall. This was the case at the time that the announcement was made regarding Harry and Meghan's decision to return to the royal family as senior members in the year 2020. It is not permitted for the couple to use their HRH stylings, but they are allowed to keep them. Beginning in March 2021, the formal role of the Duke and Duchess was subject to a review period that lasted for a period of 12 months. In March of the year 2020, Harry was present at the opening ceremony of the Silverstone Experience Circuit, which was also attended by Lewis Hamilton, a racing athlete. As a senior member of the royal family, Harry's appearance at the museum was his last solo engagement. His and Meghan's final engagement as a couple was on March 9, 2020, when they went to Westminster Abbey to attend the Commonwealth Day service. This was their final engagement together before they officially stepped down on March 31, 2020. According to the Daily Telegraph, in the year 2020, Harry's personal wealth was estimated to be $30 million. When they attended the Platinum Jubilee National Service of Thanksgiving in June 2022, they made their first official appearance in the country. This was 2 years after their initial appearance. In addition, the strained relationship that the royal family has with Harry and Meghan continued to present difficulties for the king, particularly after the premiere of the 6-part documentary series Harry and Meghan on Netflix in December of 2022. Similarly problematic was the publication of Harry's memoir, Spare, at the beginning of January 2023. In this book, among other revelations that reveal everything, the prince describes in great detail his feud with Prince William. In a similar vein, the most notable absentee was Queen Camilla, as she continues to recover from a chest infection that caused her to miss recent remembrance events. Queen Camilla did not attend the global premiere of Gladiator II later that evening. This is despite the fact that she attended the reception alongside King Charles. Nevertheless, it came as a surprise to everyone, and even more so to the king, when Prince Harry, who had been retreating, made an appearance through a video call in order to convey his affection and support for his father. The unexpected appearance did not end there. In the following words, he went on to say that he has committed to going back to England within the next few days in order to carry on with the struggle for the stability of the English monarchy. This unexpected appearance and completely overwhelming promise immediately brought tears to the eyes of King Charles III, which resulted in him fainting slightly. It caused concern for many people and evoked emotions in others, demonstrating that his love and care for his son, Prince Harry, are stronger than they have ever been. A response that demonstrated that the love that a father has for his younger son, Harry in this case, continues to be robust, alive, and engaging despite the physical distance between them. Catherine was born in Reading, but she spent her childhood in Bucklebury, Berkshire. She received her education at St. Andrew's School and Marlborough College before enrolling at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland to earn a degree in art history. It was there that she first met Prince William in the year 2001, and where she ultimately graduated in the year 2005. Before they made the announcement of their engagement in November of 2010, she worked a number of jobs and participated in charitable activities. On April 29, 2011, she was married at Westminster Abbey, which resulted in her becoming the Duchess of Cambridge. Louis, George, and Charlotte are the names of the couple's 3 precious children. Following her marriage, Catherine has taken on royal responsibilities and obligations in order to show her support for the monarch of the United Kingdom. Her charitable work has primarily focused on issues pertaining to early childhood care, addiction, and art. She has also been a representative of the royal family on official tours overseas. She has also played a significant role in a variety of charitable activities by undertaking projects through the Royal Foundation, the Anna Freud Center, Action for Children, Sports Aid, and the National Portrait Gallery are just some of the charitable and military organizations that Catherine is financially supporting. She is also a patron of over 20 other organizations. She conceived of the mental health awareness campaign, Heads Together, with the intention of encouraging people to talk about their struggles with mental health. In April of 2016, she launched the campaign with her husband William and her brother-in-law Harry. The relationship that Catherine has with the media has been subjected to a great deal of scrutiny, particularly with regard to her efforts to maintain her privacy in the face of significant media attention and public interest. Her influence on fashion in both the United Kingdom and the United States has been referred to as the Kate Middleton effect by the media. She was recognized by Time magazine as one of the most influential people in the world in the years 2011, 2012, and 2013. When William was elevated to the position of Prince of Wales by his father, King Charles III, on September 9, 2022, she was given the title of Princess of Wales. On the same day, Catherine, Princess of Wales, made the announcement that she had been battling cancer which came as a surprise to the audience and the media surrounding the British community.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery.
In March, she made the announcement that she had been diagnosed with cancer following an abdominal surgery that had been planned, and that she would be required to undergo chemotherapy in order to prevent the cancer from returning. Kate had an abdominal operation that was scheduled to take place in the middle of January 2024 before she was diagnosed with cancer. Kensington Palace wrote in a statement that was released the following day that the operation was successful, and it is anticipated that she will remain in the hospital for 10 to 14 days before returning home to continue her recovery. It is highly unlikely that she will return to public duties until after Easter, according to the most recent medical professional advice. Kate stated in March that although her diagnosis came as a huge surprise to her, she and William have been doing everything in our power to process and manage this situation in a private manner for the sake of our young family. To put this into perspective, this has taken some time. In order to begin my treatment, it has taken me some time to recover from the major surgery that I had to undergo. However, the most important thing is that it has taken us some time to explain everything to George, Charlotte, and Louis in a manner that is suitable for them, and to reassure them that everything is going to be okay, she said. The statement went on to say that the palace would only provide updates that were significant, and that they would apologize on behalf of the princess, who was forced to postpone all of her upcoming engagements. Late in January, Kate returned to her home in Windsor to continue her recovery, according to a statement released by the palace. The statement also stated that she is making good progress so far. It was anticipated that she would be recuperating for a period of 2 to 3 months after the surgery, according to a source within the palace who spoke to NBC News at the time. According to the statement, she is looking forward to reintroducing as many as possible as quickly as possible. Between the middle of January and the middle of February, NBC News was informed by a source from Kensington Palace that Prince William would be delaying his public appearances in the months to come, and would not carry out any official duties while his wife was in the hospital or immediately after she returned home, for several weeks after the surgery and before her cancer diagnosis was disclosed. There was a lot of speculation, rumors, and conspiracies, as well as theories surrounding the health and safety of the future queen. The purpose of the abdominal surgery has not been disclosed by the palace, even though it was announced. After undergoing major abdominal surgery in January, Kate made the announcement in a video statement that she was currently in the preliminary stages of preventive chemotherapy. Her condition was initially thought to be non-cancerous by the medical professionals. However, tests performed after the surgery revealed evidence of cancer. There has been no information provided by the palace regarding the type of cancer that the former Kate Middleton was diagnosed with. However, the princess has provided the public with some updates regarding her battle with cancer. There is no information available regarding the type of cancer that the princess is currently undergoing treatment for. In his interview with Today.com, Dr. Van Ho Park, director of precision oncology at Vanderbilt School of Medicine, stated that the most common types of cancer discovered through abdominal surgery are gastrointestinal, such as colon or stomach, genital, or urinary. He also mentioned that these are the types of cancer that are most commonly discovered through abdominal surgery. Within the month of June, she disclosed that she still had a few months of chemotherapy to go before making her first public appearance since the health issues she experienced at Trooping the Color. Since the day she uttered those words, the unexpected news has gone viral, and as a result, her life has become the focal point of discussion altogether. Every time she makes an appearance in public, the issue that everyone is concerned about is how severe the illness is that she is suffering from, and the next thing that comes to mind is how far along she is in the process of receiving treatment. There are questions regarding the type of cancer that the princess is suffering from. In recent times, there have been discussions regarding whether or not she is bald or whether she is wearing a wig, which has sparked a great deal of debate and speculation among fans of the royal family. Catherine's appearance, particularly her hair, has become a topic of great interest as a result of the fact that she is constantly in the public eye. In spite of this, new rumors began to circulate after the princess made her appearance at the Remembrance Day ceremonies. These rumors suggested that the princess may not have ever been diagnosed with cancer. This year, the Princess of Wales appeared to be experiencing a great deal of emotion while she was out and about over the weekend, dressed in black as the occasion demanded. As she appeared to be visibly exhausted, with a puffy face and dark circles under her eyes. She was observed by those who were present. Late in the month of February, Kate started chemotherapy. Finally, in September, she made the announcement that she had completed her treatment, that she was cancer-free, and that she would be gradually returning to her work responsibilities. This was her most recent health update. It was a revelation that Kate made in her own words that she is finished with chemotherapy, which was something that the media audience and Fonza were eagerly anticipating. Despite the fact that I have completed chemotherapy, the road to recovery and complete healing is a long one, and I must continue to take each day as it comes, she wrote on social media. At the time that Kate disclosed that she had been diagnosed with cancer in March, she made it clear that she was currently undergoing a course of maintenance chemotherapy. According to Kate, her medical team recommended chemotherapy treatment as a purely preventative measure. This was due to the fact that the surgery that was performed to address the issue with her abdomen was successful. Preventive chemotherapy, which is also known as adjuvant chemotherapy, is a treatment that is administered after any initial interventions, such as surgery, in order to prevent cancer from returning. Although it is not a clinical term, it is frequently used to describe the treatment. According to the findings of clinical trials, chemotherapy has the potential to lessen the likelihood of the cancer returning. By the time she shared this information with the eager public, which was following every update from the media, she had completed chemotherapy and was concentrating on being cancer-free and going back to work. Kate stated that throughout the past 9 months, our family has been going through a very difficult time. Also, she stated that she is doing well and is getting stronger every day, and that she is intent on making a full recovery from her illness. People from all walks of life in Britain, including world leaders, have voiced their support for the princess. Kate expressed her support to all those individuals who are continuing their own journey with cancer, saying, "I will always be by your side, hand in hand." Since that time, she has been treated, and it is now believed that she is cancer-free. Following the announcement that she had finished her chemotherapy, she took the first steps towards returning to her public duties. Following the completion of chemotherapy, the royal couple made their first public appearance in Southport, where they surprised fans with their appearance by smiling and holding hands when they appeared. She has been seen out and about with William and their children on multiple occasions in the months that have passed since her diagnosis. Despite the fact that it is understandable that the princess has been keeping a low profile and spending time at home with her family. In addition, she was seen at Wimbledon in July and Trooping the Colour in June. Both of these events took place in June. In the following month, November, it is anticipated that she will make a special appearance with her family. A lot of people were relieved to see that the princess was in good health. On the other hand, those who were paying closer attention to her appearance could not help but notice something about her that piqued their interest. In a letter, one of them expressed their delight at seeing our princess. The look of Burgundy is absolutely stunning. Some people admired the restraint that was displayed in the selection of clothing. I like how they complement each other in a subtle way. There is no requirement that they be salt and pepper. The fact that they are unquestionably the Prince and Princess of Wales is very clear. Others, on the other hand, observed that Catherine did not experience any hair loss while undergoing treatment. Her appearance at Wimbledon this year was a sign of optimism for the sports world. She had been undergoing chemotherapy for a number of months, and her fans could not help but notice how much weight she had lost. On various social media platforms, her followers voiced their concern and sadness regarding her thin figure. A fan expressed their disappointment in Catherine's dress, stating that it appeared as though she was wearing something with additional material on the chest in order to conceal the fact that she had lost a significant amount of weight. Another person made the observation that she has lost such a significant amount of weight that her arms appear to be extremely thin. During the course of her treatment for cancer, Catherine Middleton reportedly became more religious. According to a number of royal experts, she strengthened her values by communicating with friends who have strong religious beliefs and by practicing her Christian faith. Conversations like these had a beneficial impact on her physical recovery. Following her victory over cancer at the beginning of September, Catherine is gradually making her way back to her normal life. The first official engagement that Kate attended after receiving a cancer diagnosis was a meeting on early years education in the United Kingdom. This event took place in the middle of September 2024. Then, midway through the month of October 2024, she made her first public appearance since she had completed her treatment for cancer. In the northwest region of England, she had a meeting with the parents of a child who had been killed in a knife attack. During their conversation with the emergency personnel, she and William were captured on camera. This information was provided to NBC News by a senior palace aide in late May. The aide stated that Kate will return to work once she receives clearance from her physicians. In order to recuperate at this moment, she requires her own space and privacy. In addition to doing it at her own pace, she is doing it her way. Following the completion of chemotherapy, the future queen is finally getting back to her much-loved health and wellness routine. She continues to be one of the most well-liked members of the British royal family. The wife of the heir to the throne is regaining her shine, according to a number of royal analysts, who praised not only her elegance, but also her commitment to maintaining her health and wellness. According to the proverb, the princess begins each day with a refreshing grain juice that is packed with nutrients, which is a departure from the typical morning beverage of coffee or tea. There is a strong emphasis placed on the fact that including such superfoods in one's diet on a regular basis can have a beneficial effect on cholesterol levels and support overall heart health. In the event that she resumes her previous routine, it is highly probable that she will only make appearances at major royal events, while her visits to charitable events will most likely be captured on video. During the time that she is attending important events, she will be concentrating on her family. She is the eldest son of the Prince and Princess of Wales, and William is very interested in her return. However, this does not necessarily mean that we will have a lot of commitments where she will be showing up. Despite the fact that Prince George is still a teenager, it won't be long before he joins the other members of the royal family on the balcony and assumes his position as the heir to the throne. During the early stages of George's childhood, he was raised in Anglesey, Wales, for the first few months of his life. In 2014, his family moved to Kensington Palace. Through the month of April in 2014, he embarked on his first royal tour with his parents, during which they traveled to New Zealand and Australia for a total of 3 weeks. George, who was only 9 months old at the time, was referred to as the star of the show by the BBC, despite the fact that he only made 2 appearances. Tony Abbott, who was serving as Prime Minister of Australia at the time, made a prediction in Parliament House in Canberra that George would one day be allowed to visit the country as King of Australia. Following the results of polls that revealed the lowest level of support for republicanism in the country in the past 35 years, the media in Australia referred to him as the Republican Slayer. Following the Trooping the Colour parade in June 2015, George made his first public appearance on the balcony of Buckingham Palace. This incident occurred after the parade. The year 2016 marked the beginning of his enrollment at Westacre Montessori School Nursery, which he attended at Anmer Hall in Norfolk, where his family resided from 2015 until 2017. The 22nd of April 2016, George had a meeting with Barack and Michelle Obama. In the future, Barack Obama made a joke about Prince George showing up to our meeting in his bathrobe, which was a clear violation of protocol. This was motivated by the encounter. Following the recent public appearance of George's mother on Remembrance Day, there has been a lot of speculation in Britain about whether or not the Princess of Wales will resume her duties as a member of the palace. Catherine, who is 42 years old, has indicated that her return to work will be gradual and phased, which means that she will only appear at particularly important moments, as was the case a few days ago. The members of the royal family gathered together in Kota for the ceremonial Remembrance Parade in order to commemorate this momentous occasion in the royal calendar. This event in Kota has been attended by the Princess of Wales every single time since she married into the royal family 13 years ago. There were a lot of people who were pleased to see her presence on important dates in the royal calendar, and it is likely that this was something that meant a lot to the 3 children of Wales. In addition, the fact that she was present was a source of solace for William, and it was also reassuring for the children to see her standing by their father. According to a former member of the palace staff, Prince George, who is only 11 years old, is prepared to appear on the balcony next to his mother in a touching case. This is a very good message for them to receive. Over the next few years, there is no question that the ascension of Prince George will be eagerly anticipated by many people. The young royal boy, who is only 11 years old, is now a prominent figure at events such as Trooping the Colour. He participates in an increasing number of football matches alongside his father, Prince William, who may be getting ready to inherit the patronage of the American Football Federation, AFF. The fact that a boy who, at one point in his childhood, asserted that he aspires to be a pizza chef has made such an unexpected leap of intellectual maturity is truly remarkable. The young Prince George is beginning to develop the level of maturity that is necessary to participate in events such as Remembrance Day ceremonies, which are of a serious nature and require a certain level of maturity. Despite the fact that Prince William, who will one day become king, received a different education than his wife, Princess Catherine, they are completely united in their efforts to raise their 3 children with each other. The couple has taken lessons from their own childhood in order to assist in the formation of a contemporary family unit. They work really hard to make sure that Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis are as humble and uncomplicated as they possibly can be, despite the unconventional circumstances in which they were born. Within the context of William's life, it is of utmost significance that the 3 of them experience some degree of normalcy. Throughout his childhood, he was brought up with the knowledge that he, along with his oldest son George, would one day serve as king. However, before the royal duties begin, William wants to make sure that George and his siblings receive a typical education and that they are surrounded by appropriate emotional support. A significant portion of the Wales family's approach to parenting is modeled after the Middleton model, which is a small family unit consisting of 3 children, such as Catherine and her siblings. While they do not live a lavish lifestyle, they do live a very comfortable life. Keeping the children grounded requires them to assist around the house, and because there is no staff available to serve them in Adelaide Cottage, it is expected that all 3 of them will assist. In the meantime, King Charles's plan for his reign included a reduction in the number of royals who were actively engaged in their employment. However, following the death of the late Queen and the breakdown of the relationship between Harry and Meghan, many people questioned whether or not the diminished royal family would be susceptible to danger in times of crisis, such as when Catherine and the King were diagnosed with cancer. The Duchess of Edinburgh and Princess Anne are examples of secret weapons that the House of Windsor could use to enhance their power. The portrait of them standing on the balcony next to the King served as a constant reminder of the evolution of the company over the course of its existence. She appeared to be content and at ease. Despite the fact that she was radiant, she ought to be fully aware that people might notice any signs of discomfort within her. As Prince William's reign draws nearer, there have been recent calls being made for him to take into consideration the possibility of using his cousins, Princesses Beatrice and Eugene, as well as younger royals such as Lady Louise Windsor,